get started, I want to thank everyone who helped me make this talk possible. It is hard to name and thank every single person who has helped me, so if you believe you have done so, just compliment yourself right now. Hello everyone, my name is Tianyu Chen. For people who do not know me, you just don't. Some of you come to this chapel talk not because you think I'm charming, but because if you don't, you will receive an absence. As a gift to you, I choose the theater to have this chapel talk so that everyone would have a comfortable seat. Millbrook is a community that guarantees everyone a seat, and chapel does not. So, please, first, make yourself comfortable, and I can start it now. I want to do a chapel talk since I was a sophomore, and all I wanted to say in this chapel talk was to apologize to the whole school that I didn't say hi to people along the pathway. Yes, I'm egocentric enough to believe that everyone wants to know why, so I'm just going to explain here. You're welcome. So, why do I ignore people when walking by? In fact, the answer is very simple. Saying hi is hard to me. If I am walking on a sidewalk in the main campus and someone walks towards me, a lot of things are going on in my mind. So here's a flowchart. First, I have to remember who this person is, which I usually don't. Because I can't match people's faces with their names. I'm sorry. Then, I have to know who this person is. If they are faculty member and staff, I can take it easy. If not, I have to identify what our relationship is. Is this person close enough to say hi to me? Does this person demand a response from me? Or is there a habit to say hi? Meanwhile, this person is approaching, and time is wasting. So I will get frozen there and hope people will not say hi to me accidentally, even though nothing happens. So, and then finally, imagine they unfortunately notice me and say something. If they say hi, I say hi. If they say, how's it going? I say, good. The thing even gets worse this week, because people start asking me, are you excited about the chapel talk? But well, the end of the world must be, what's up? Then I have to answer good, and hope people don't notice that it doesn't make any sense. Which people always do. How come? So, first of all, it should be Mr. Tom's fault because he wrote me an equation called how's it going equal to what's up equal to how are you equal to hi on his whiteboard. And then I held this misunderstanding for a whole semester. Then Mr. Powers once called me up, telling me that I may say I'm watching a tennis game when he asks what's up on the court. So I have to clarify to him, at that moment, what is in my mind is, because it's pouring outside, I was in search tennis, so we don't have court time today. I usually don't come to see a match, and this exception happened because my coach asked me to, not because I was a good friend of tennis and aiming to improve, or because there was a boy whom I was specifically interested in this boys' JV match. that I am not a great fan of tennis, nor a good tennis player, as you are a varsity tennis coach. Now I am trying to figure out how much I should share with you in case you seem energetic and excited, and I don't know why you are asking this question. Good news. Since then, Mr. Powers has never asked me what's up anymore. It took me really long to learn how to be less blunt. I mean, stop telling people, get out of my way and leave me alone. Even though that's really what I want to say, for sure. In my previous school, I said 30 words, I beat one of my classmates, I socialized with other kids by handing out the answer of math homework. And my teacher found it hard to put me into an academic probation because my transcript is perfect. So, clearly, they don't know how to deal with it. I guess at some point, I made them question themselves why they chose education as a major in college. But it's too late. And then my mom feel like, is it time to make American teachers suffer? That's why I'm here. Unfortunately, it's not a practice make perfect story or an exciting chapel talk about how I overcome social puzzles and social anxiety. I didn't. I got the diagnosis of level 1 autism at 18. Why is it so late? Remember what I said at the beginning of this talk. I'm always apologizing, always saying sorry, always feeling guilty about being left behind in a social scenario, even though my nature is being blunt, straightforward, and sometimes mean to people, which is hard to hide or modify. So then, autism jumps out and slaps on my face, basically saying that, here's your genetic lottery. You're not going to learn how to make friends by just watching people doing that. And here's another genetic lottery. You are so smart that you can learn math by just watching people doing that. But remember, it is not a trade-off. I didn't get a chance to agree or disagree with it. And I even should be glad because I don't have intellectual disability, so that I can go to school normally. So I got here, and I could only complain to, I guess, human genomes. Oops, a big one. So, if you ask me whether diagnosis changed my life as it should be, no, it doesn't. It only makes my previous experience from unknowingly sad to knowingly sad, which is still sad. It's not fun to know the fact that you will always be left behind in some subjects if you also take socialization as one. Think about how much I lost. I figured out how to stand in line to have an omelet on Sunday morning in my junior year. Before that, I found it scary because people just scattered there and chat. I lost out at least 30 omelets, and no one would compensate for me. In my English class here, I read 2 books with an autistic character. One is in the Marcel in the Real World, and the other is A Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Both books end the story with the main character earning some courage to explore the real world, and everything will go well since then. When I was younger, I really got mad at these endings. The biggest challenge is actually not to earn this courage, but to keep moving on over time with that courage, knowing that hard work doesn't necessarily mean success. Probably everyone here is better than me in some ways, because you know how to say hi by the age of 18. I have practiced that since kindergarten, and I finally made it at 18 for something people already knew in kindergarten. But I'm still working on this. Why? So there's always a point that people are left behind social expectations or the definition of success. It can happen when you don't know how to do math in high school. It can happen when you get into college that you don't desire. It can happen when you didn't get a job immediately after college, or you don't have a home, a partner, or whatever at 40. There are so many things that people can say about you being an outlier, a loser, and you can't do anything about it. Even though you work very hard, you may just get back to normal and nothing else. No reward there. Just don't. Well, but sometimes I walk into a random math room and see kids crying there because they can't do math and the exam's coming. For me, the pathway on the main campus is that math classroom. But it's different. Not only because there's only one math building, but multiple pathways. But also, the math sheet has a solution. At least high school math does. But socialization doesn't, and life doesn't. I postponed this chapel talk from fall to the spring because I try to look for an optimistic solution that can inspire people, excite people, or at least I can tell you why you should keep rolling. But standing here, I don't. I can't teach people how they feel about things that they couldn't change. However, no matter what, it still means something to me when I'm able to greet people at 18. To learn how to say hello, thank you, goodbye. You are welcome, you are good, that is totally fine. If some effort has its own inherent meaning to you, stick to it. Because that's all you can hold in your hand. Thank you for listening and have a great night.